All right, thanks, Simone. Well, a local counselor and author has released a new self-guided journal and coloring book to help adult women, among other things, reduce stress.
That's right. Well, joining us this morning to tell us all about it is Eunice Mingo. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
I am happy to be here. Thank you all for having me.
Absolutely. Now, I swear by this journal. I have it myself. Let's talk a little bit about why you even wanted to create this.
So one of the reasons why I wanted to create this journal was because I know not everyone will make it to the counseling office. So to give people a tool even outside of the counseling office to work on their issues with and to just kind of break down their issues was most important to me.
Absolutely.
And I said, well, you know what? If they can't come to my office, and what issues would they be seeing? What help would they need? So I just kind of came up with a bunch of journal prompts together, and I said, now let's define a problem. Let's figure out how we're going to work down the problem, and let me give them the recipe to solve the problem. So that's when the journal came about.
What are some of the stressful problems that you're running across that people are facing?
Mostly a lot of burnout, a lot of grief, a lot of workplace stressors, and just a lot of issues with boundaries and balance. So a lot of people think it's an issue with other people, but most of the time it's an issue with them not knowing how to segment things in their lives, prioritize, and just push things just completely off their plate when they need to.
Absolutely. And you've also created this really cool coloring book, and I think of it as kind of like self-care. It's a way to kind of just relax and have fun a little bit. Talk about that.
Yeah, so I said, we don't play enough as adults. You know, like when we were growing up, that's all we did. We played. And then we got to working, and we need to play. And so just coloring, doing the things that we did as children to just slow down and take your mind off what's going on in your life is it's mind-blowing. Just minutes of coloring, even if it's 2 minutes of coloring, that's 2 minutes you're not thinking about what's stressing you out.
Are you finding people are more and more, I mean, we live in stressful times anyway right now, more and more people have a tough time getting over that, to take care of themselves?
They do, because a lot of times people don't know how. We were taught to just work, we were taught to grind, or whatever we want to call it, and so people were never taught to put in play. You know, it's always a imbalance of everything. So just implementing those things in your life kind of helps you to just look at, you know what, I've been missing out on living. I've been surviving, but I haven't been thriving. I've been making a living, but I haven't been actual living.
I love that. What I also love about you as well is that you have wellness chats. Again, for people who maybe can't afford to come into the office or don't have the time to, on Saturdays or the weekends, you'll have these chats for people to come in. They're free. Talk about that a little bit.
Oh, that's one of my favorite things to do. I have a nonprofit organization, Mingo Matters Foundation, and the wellness chats, that's a time for me to bring what I do outside of the office to the people who can't make it into the office. Maybe they have a Saturday morning available, and they can come in and have a cup of coffee and talk about mental health things that they may need to go to therapy for, and the time may not be right. And so we get to talk about it, and they get to share things with like-minded people and people who are experiencing the same thing. So building community is the most important thing.
You have an event coming up in December as well, correct?
Yes, so every year I do an event because usually the holidays are the hardest times for most people, whether it's a new grief or whether it's a grief that happened 20 years ago. Something's coming up around that time, be it good or bad. So the event that I have in December, we haven't solidified a date yet because we're working out space logistics, but it's usually like the second Saturday in December, and we talk about grief-related things, and we try to do activities because I like for people to leave with a way to implement the self-care strategies at home.
All right.
Yeah.
If you want to find out more, where can people go to join these chats or join your December event?
Yes, you can go to eunicemingo.com, or you can also go to mingomatters.com.
All right. Very good. Eunice Mingo, thank you for being here.
Thank you for
having
having me.
We've got more coming up in just a moment.